Hello, grade 7s. How are you today? Are you good? Grade 7s, it's another lesson for social sciences. Are you good? I hope you are all fine. You are few today, or others are late. Okay, so yesterday I was asking for your names. Did you give me your names? Name and surname yesterday? If you did not give me, just type your name and surname privately to me. If you did not give me your name and surname, type them privately to me. Hello? Is it Lindy way? Or Lindy way? Okay, thank you, Mori. I'll record your name. Thank you. You were not here yesterday, Molly. Were you in the lesson yesterday? Oh, sorry about that. Load shedding. Okay. Did you manage to watch the pre-recording? Okay. So make sure, grade 7s, if you miss a lesson, don't worry. You watch the pre-recording. Do you understand? When you get time, you just watch the pre-recording of that lesson of that day. Okay, so that you don't fall behind with your work. Don't just ignore and say, no, I wasn't there for the lesson. I'll attend tomorrow. It's not good, okay? Okay, cool. So I was asking for your names and surnames for those who are coming in. If you didn't give me yesterday, your name and surname, just type now privately to me, your name and surname. Okay, so I think it's only one person who didn't give me their names yesterday. Others you gave me right. Charlene, can I have the surname, name and surname? Charlene, type in your surname. Oh, I can see people are still coming in. Charlene, can I have your surname? Okay, thank you. I can see it now. Okay, those who are coming in, I was asking for their names and surnames. If you gave me yesterday, it's fine. For the, I'm just asking those ones who are new or who came late. Okay, so we're sorted. Let's move on. I hope you are good, grade 7s. Keep warm, this cold weather. You don't want to catch a cold. Okay, just a reminder. I'll remind you every day. A reminder about the informal assessment next week on the 23rd. Remember, you were given a timetable. So for social sciences, you're going to write the test on Thursday on the 23rd. This is not your class. What do you mean?
Ma'am, I'm in another class. I'm in the grade 4 class, not this one. I pressed the wrong one.
Oh, sorry, dear. Okay, bye-bye.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Oh, she was lost. Okay, shame. It was good. She was going to learn grade 7 stuff. Okay, so I was saying a reminder. about the informal assessment on the 23rd. So the two topics that I'm going to assess you on are the following: for history, the Kingdom of Mali and the city of Timbuktu, 14th century. And then for geography, map skills. So remember you did this in term 1. But from Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to revise them again before you write the test. Are we okay? Do you understand, grade 7s? So during the weekend, revise on those two topics. Remember, you've got the notes from term 1. If you've got a textbook for social sciences, it's good. Use that textbook. You just focus on those two topics: the Kingdom of Mali for history and map skills for geography. Okay, good. I hope you understood. We move on. Okay, what did we do yesterday? Just a quick recap on our previous lesson. So we're looking at rebellion against slavery. Rebellion against slavery. Remember, the slaves were tired of the slavery, the way they were being treated. So they started what? To resist and formed rebellions against those slave owners. So yesterday we looked at Joseph Sink and the Amsterdam Mutiny, 1839. I hope you still remember. And then we also looked at the Underground Railroad. What was the Underground Railroad? So that is what we did yesterday. Okay. Let's move on. Let's revise our homework. Did you do your homework, grade 7? I feel happy when you do your homework. Did you do your homework? Oh, that's good. Did you do your homework? Let's go through the answers together. We revise. You correct your work, okay? Please remember to do your work. It's very important. Okay. Question 1. The trial of the Amsterdam mutineers is regarded as an important test case of the time. Find out what a test case is and explain why it is regarded as an important test case. Now, did you research on the test case? What does it mean? Did you research on that? Did you find out what is a test case? Grade 7s? Did you research on the test case? Can you type your answers privately to me for question 1? What did you write? Do I have learners in class? Grade 7s?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm waiting for your answers. Did you find out about the test case? What does it mean? Grade 7s? You don't want to participate today? I'm disappointed. You don't want to participate? Okay, that's good, Angelina. Others, what did you find out about the test case? So a test case is a case in which an issue has never been tried in a court of law, comes before the court. So it will be the first time for that case. It is called a test case. So why was the Amsterdam trial regarded as a test case? Because the trial of the Amsterdam mutineers was an important test case. So it was the first time they were being tried in court. Okay. Just correct your work for question 1. Okay, we move on to question 2. Explain why Amsterdam is a strange name for the ship on which Joseph Sink led his mutiny. Why is Amsterdam a strange name? Did you research on Amsterdam? What does it mean? What does Amsterdam mean? Did you write something? Did you do your homework, grade 7? Thank you.
Amistad means friendship in Spanish.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you. It means friendship in Spanish. So it was strange. The ship is called Friendship, but it was carrying slaves. So it was just strange. Totally opposite. Do you understand? So correct your work for question 2. Stop putting videos, please. Grade 7. Okay. Let's move on. Now, for today's topic, so we are done with our homework. For today's topic, we're going to look at, we're still continuing with the rebellion against slavery. We're going to look at 2 people today. Number 1, Harriet Tubman. A slave who escaped to freedom and helped other slaves to escape. And then the second one, the story of John Brown and his mission to abolish slavery. So we're going to look at these two people and the rebellion that they did. Okay. Let's get into the lesson now. I want you to listen and concentrate. Do you understand, grade 7? Stop private chats or whatever you're doing and concentrate. Okay, so we're going to start by looking at Harriet Tubman. Who was this Harriet? So it was a woman, a black woman. After the death of her master, Harriet and her two brothers ran away from the plantation. So she was a slave. On her way, her brothers were scared and returned back to the plantation. So sorry about that typing error. On her way, her brothers were scared and returned back to the plantation. So on the way, when they were running away, the brothers, they got scared and they returned. And then she continued the journey alone at night out of the American South. So she went alone. She was brave enough. She made it to freedom and remembered about other slaves and their family left behind. Therefore, she decided to help them escape to freedom. So remember, Harriet, she escaped from where? From American South to American North, where there were free states. So she finally made it to freedom. But when she reached there, she thought about her family that was left behind, her two brothers, and other slaves who were there. Okay, and then what happened? Let's proceed. She went to Philadelphia and started working. So Philadelphia is in the United States of America. So in Philadelphia, there was no slavery. It was a free state. She then joined other abolitionist organizations and started saving money to fund the rescue trips. So she joined other freedom fighters, the organizations, and started what? Saving money. She was raising funds in order to help other slaves escape. Over the next years, she managed to rescue her family and other slaves. Due to the Fugitive Slave Act, she decided to guide the slaves on the Underground Railroad to Canada. Harriet was organized and her rescues were successful. So this woman, Harriet, she was a brave woman who was organized, focused, with her mission in her mind. Her vision was to free other slaves that were left behind in the American South. So she made all the effort to help those slaves escape. Okay, so that was Harriet Tubman. You remember about the Underground Railroad. So the slaves were using that route to escape. Okay. Harriet, she was brave and focused on her mission to free slaves. She warned the slaves that no slave would return. Otherwise, they had to be killed. Why do you think so? So she told the slaves, if she went to rescue the slaves, she would tell them, don't run away, don't think about going back. If you decide to go back, I'll kill you, because you are going to tell the slave owners our secrets, our missions, our plans. So we don't want that. So if you make a decision to go with me, make that decision. Do you understand, grade 7? She never lost any slaves on the Underground Railroad. So you can see she was organized. Not even one slave was lost when she was rescuing them. Harriet died at the age of 93. And what happened when she died? She was honored through, number one, a ship was named after her. So there was a ship that was called Harriet Tubman. A commemorative postage stamp in her honor. So a postage stamp was designed in her honor by United States. So she was honored for her bravery, the work that she did to free other slaves. She was a warrior, a freedom fighter, a hero, Harriet Tubman. That is a picture of Harriet Tubman. That is the woman who tried, who did to put effort to free the other slaves. That woman, a powerful woman, brave one, organized, focused. Okay, so we're done with Harriet Tubman. I hope you understood, grade 7. Okay. Are we together? Are we moving together? Oh, that's good, Angelina. Now we look at John Brown. Who was this John Brown? What did he do? Okay. He was a white man who was also very religious. So this one was a white man. But we are going to hear his story now. His family was also very religious and against slavery. Imagine, his white family, they were against slavery, but other white people, they were making slaves of black people. But he was against slavery. His father was an agent for the Underground Railroad. So remember those escape routes? His father was also working there as an agent, helping the slaves to escape. In 1849, he settled in a black community with his family. Imagine. So he had so much love for these black people. He even went to live with the blacks in their community. He also raised a black child as one of his own. So much love. So they took a black child and he raised that child. He also worked for the Underground Railroad, just like his father. So they were working there in the Underground Railroad, helping slaves to escape. He believed that militant action was the only solution to slavery system. So he thought that, no, we have to use war now, militant action, using the military to stop this slavery. It's very wrong. Why are these Africans being treated like this? So he didn't like it. He was against it. Although he was a white man, but he had love for Africans, those black people, the slaves. Now, what happened? He started the League of Gileadites in 1851 to help protect escaped slaves from their owners. So he started a sort of an organization to protect what? The slaves, those who were escaping. In 1855, he moved to Kansas Territory to assist anti-slavery forces there. So can you see, he was trying so hard, moving around, trying to help those slaves. He became the leader of anti-slavery guerrillas. On 24 May 1856, some pro-slavery forces attacked his community. John and other abolitionists fought back and killed them. So these are pro-slavery forces. They were against what they were doing, John and his crew. So they wanted to stop those slaves or what was happening in those communities. But they were fought back by John and his crew, and they were killed. This was called the Potawatomi Massacre. So a lot of people died on that day because they fought these two groups. Okay. Now, John then moved to Virginia and established a refuge for escaped slaves. So he went on to live in Virginia and continued with his work to rescue slaves. He started a war plan against slavery and formed an emancipation army. What is emancipation? Does anyone know the meaning of emancipation? Do you know the meaning of emancipation? So emancipation is to free someone or some people, to give them freedom from something. So this was emancipation from slavery. So he started this war plan and formed an emancipation army. So this army was going to free the slaves. Okay. They attacked the Federal Armory at Harper's Ferry to take weapons. So there was this place where they were keeping the weapons. It was called Harper's Ferry. So they attacked the area, John and his crew. Now what happened when they were there? They were then attacked by soldiers. John was seriously injured and his two sons were killed, unfortunately. John was captured, tried, found guilty of treason, and was hanged. So the government, the soldiers, they captured John. He was tried in court, found guilty of the charges of treason. Do you know what is treason? What is treason? Let me see an answer coming in. That's very good, Angelina. The crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill or overthrow the government. That's very good, Angelina. Treason is when you go against your country, you betray your country. You'll be charged with what? Treason. So John, he was charged with treason. Why? Because he was supporting the slaves, the African slaves, instead of supporting the American whites who were doing the slavery. And he was hanged. Very sad. Imagine. So this picture is showing the picture of John and his partners. I think they were leaving the court there during the trial. You can see there talking to a black woman carrying her baby, and the soldiers are there. So he was found guilty and he was later hanged, John Brown. Such a hero, a white man trying to help Africans. Okay. Okay, so we've looked at two people today, grade 7th, Harriet Tubman and John Brown. Okay, so those people, they started rebellions also. So don't forget on those two people. Then let me share your homework. I'm disappointed because grade 7s, they are not doing my homework. I don't know why. May you try to improve on that, please? So this is your homework. In a paragraph of half a page, debate on the issue of using violence to fight for human rights. Do you think it is good or bad? Support your answer. So in a paragraph, that is half a page, you debate on that issue. Is using violence a good thing or a bad thing to fight for human rights? What do you think? Can you fight for human rights using violence? Is it good or bad? So you write your answer in a paragraph. Have you copied the homework? Okay, Angelina, thank you. Others? Others, you just copy the work, but you don't revise with me the following day. What's happening, grade 7? Are you doing your homework? I don't know. Okay, others, are you done? Copying. Okay, so I hope everyone was done. It was nice having you, grade 7s. I'll see you on Monday when we revise the term 1 topics. Okay. So take care. I will see you on Monday, same time. Bye.